All right, so we all have those days where we have bad weather. And right now I have no good ice on my ponds, so I can't launch my kayak, and it's not safe enough to get on. But I want to keep my skills sharp, so I'm out here practicing my flipping and pitching. So I got my favorite Texas rig rod out. So I got a Revo X paired up with a Abu Garcia Max Ultra. But with my Texas rigs, I like to go nice and slow. So my gear ratio on this is a 5.4 to 1. It's a very slow reel. And right now, if you notice, I have it set up for casting. And for casting, when I push the bail, I don't want it to fall until I bounce it, so I can cast it without backlashing. But when I switch over to flipping, what I want to do is I want to loosen up that magnetic brake a little bit, which mine is on this side. I just loosen it up a little bit until that thing just starts free falling. So now if I reel it up here, push that button, it free falls. Now I'm set up to where I want to flip. And when I flip, I want to get my Texas rig right out about the same length as my reel. And I have a couple of buckets set up out there. Plus I use the corner of my walls as targets. And I want to just practice flipping into the bucket. All you do is just flip it out there. Try to let it land right in the bucket as soft as you possibly can. Or make it even hit the bucket. Just right inside the bucket. Try for the other bucket. Bring it down to about reel length. And we hit the bucket. Either one of those would have been really good casts. Now we'll try the corner of that wall right over there. A little bit farther away, but still perfectly right on point, right where we want to be. So that's basically what you want to do. You just pick targets, sit and flip, baby, right in there. I've been working on this new one where I put it about 2 feet from the end of my rod. I roll it. When it gets to there, I let her go. But I'm still not very accurate with it. Much more accurate that way. So, keep in mind, you always want to be same length, right there. And then just flip it out. You want your rod tip to go right where you want it, just right there at that bicycle tire. My kids have toys all over this yard, so it's pretty easy. Everywhere I turn, my dog's got a big tire right there he plays with. I can flip it over to the tire. My kid's got a basketball. That basketball is probably 20 feet from me. Still try to flip it to it. Right on the side of the basketball. Boom, boom. And then you can switch over to pitching a little bit. So for pitching, you want to tighten that drag just a couple of clicks. Well, not the drag, I'm sorry. The magnetic brake. Just a couple of clicks. Just so it barely falls. And then what I like to do is just roll it around and let it fly out. You roll it and let it flip out. Let me get in front of this camera so you can probably see what I just did. You want to leave it about 2-3 feet from your end. There's a basketball behind the camera about 25-30 feet away. Just roll it, let it flip out. Right over to that basketball. And that's how I pitch. I mean, a lot of other people pitch different ways, but when I go back to flipping, when I'm in my kayak and I'm sitting down and I see structure off to my right-hand side, I can never usually flip that way. And I learned how to take it and just use it like a slingshot and flip it off to my right-hand side. See if I can do that to one of these buckets. I take it, hold it like this, like a slingshot. I can't aim you guys at the bucket though. How am I gonna do that? I'll have to turn. All right, so you just take it like this. Use the pressure of your rod. And just flip it right at the bucket, and that landed right on the side of that bucket, which is perfect. Couple little lessons on how to stay sharp in the wintertime. See you on the water. That's how I practice flipping.